here with Damian from Arthur Murray in Toledo, Ohio. Damian, thank you for coming on the podcast today.
Thank you so much for having me. It's really great to be able to connect with all the different access points. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, and although I'm a little bit nervous, I'm glad to be involved in it.
You're going to do great, and congrats on just the grand opening of this.
Yeah. It was a long process. We started all the way back in December, had a 7-month build out, and now the studio is officially open and accessible to all the Toledoans.
7 months is a long time.
It's a long, drawn-out process, yeah, but we got through it, and we're finally ready to go, ready to hit the ground.
Yes, and can you kind of talk about what do you guys actually do here? I think people probably don't have a full picture or an idea, so can you kind of break that down for us?
Yeah, absolutely. So Arthur Murray Dance Studios is a franchise studio. It's one of the oldest, if not the oldest franchise in the United States.
Wow.
And we do social dancing for adults. 90+% of our student base is actually people who have never danced before, and at some point they get over the fear of the actual learning to dance. Most people think you have to know how to dance to go learn to dance. That is the exact opposite. That's why we exist. That's why we've been such a leader in the dance industry for so long, is because we make the impossible or seemingly impossible possible. We also, of course, cater to wedding couples who are getting ready for their first dance, or wedding parties, mom and dads who don't want to look, self-conscious on their dance floor for their daughter's wedding, as well as all your other dance needs. We teach over 37 styles. Wow. Yeah, and we also like to incorporate line dancing, wedding dance, line dances, that ultimately anything you can run into in a social setting that involves music and movement, we do.
And can you talk about the longevity of getting into dancing?
Yeah, so when you're speaking about longevity and getting into dancing, are you talking about like the studio itself, or like the action of learning to dance?
Yeah, like for the person that maybe thinks this dance as just like a thing to go do with their girlfriend on a Saturday night.
I got you, yeah.
Can you talk about like the like other side of it?
Yeah. So once you've started to learn, the world is your oyster. Everything from, and I don't think I want to discount any dance experience. The occasional, let's take a group class, at a Latin restaurant after we had dinner and kind of goof off and enjoy a night of dinner and dancing without any learning, just kind of soaking it up. That's an awesome experience to have, and everyone should go do that and see what's available to them. But there's also the whole spectrum as well. Couples who are looking for something new and interesting and exciting to add to their schedule because dinner and a movie just doesn't cut it sometimes. And so they're looking to like spice up their life a little bit, change routine. You've also got the hobbyist kind of level of dancers where they're looking for maintenance, health and longevity, sense of community, belonging, something to do on a regular basis that makes them feel like they are enjoying life to the fullest. And then you've got the people who are out there literally wanting to achieve something, that want to build up their self-confidence, rock out a new version of themselves, kind of upgrade their level of danceability, but also just personally feeling like they're accomplishing something that's fun, that they're passionate about, and they want to present it and they want to showcase it. And that's more of your competition showcase style of dancer. So there's really a whole slew of options in terms of the type of dancer you could be, whether it's the casual, spontaneous, or the regular and motivated.
And something that you mentioned is that people are very nervous to start dancing for the first time, even if they've never done it before.
Yeah.
When someone comes in and they say, "Hey, Damian, I am so nervous. I don't want to make fun of myself in front of people. I don't want to dance
left
in public." How do you help them get over that fear of dancing in front of other people, or just dancing in general?
Well, we do joke a little bit, but we're completely serious when we say the hardest step is the first step. So dance pun intended there. And it's kind of gimmicky, but at the same time, it's totally true. The first step is literally walking through the door. That is the hardest step, because once you get in, you realize that there are people behind the idea of learning to dance that actually care, that are professional, that are authorities on the subject. And with Arthur Murray specifically, there's a method and there's a system, and that can provide a lot of comfort, that there's an A to B to C way of executing, just like anything else you'd learn, whether it's new software at your job that you have to download and figure out how to navigate, or if it's just navigating your week as a parent. There's a system that you have to adhere to, otherwise everything kind of falls apart, and maybe it still falls apart, but you're still able to accomplish what you need. And that's true for learning to dance too. Once you get your foot through the door, we pretty much take care of everything for you. You just have to follow the system, trust in the name, and believe in yourself that it's possible. And if not, at least have faith that will get you to a point where you can start believing it yourself.
Is there a point with your clients when you see that spark in their eye where they can tell that they're grasping it?
Oh God. You're gonna make me get all like emotional right now, because that is the sole purpose behind what I do, and the fact that I've always come back to giving dance to other people, because I think dance is a vehicle more than it is anything. It's sure, it's fun, it's entertainment, it's recreation, but when it comes down to it, it's that moment when someone goes, "Ooh, I really feel good about myself," or "Wow, I never thought that was possible," or "I don't view myself as a 74-year-old anymore. Like, there's still life in me yet." That a young person who is just like takes on a new sense of pride. It's those moments, those aha moments that happen all of the time and constantly, that make it all worth it, make everything the reason for the season, you know. And so, yeah, they happen all the time, and they will make you break down in that moment. What we do is we celebrate those, because in everyday life, we don't get a chance to do that. And sometimes we silently celebrate them to ourselves. That's not what we're about here. That's actually what we're trying to create here, is a celebration of all the milestones that can occur through learning something new that challenges you and keeps you moving forward in a cool direction.
One thing that I kind of thought of as you were talking is the fact that a lot of people, I think, discover a part of themselves that they've never thought of, because they're like, "I'm not a dancer, I'm not creative, I can't get in a flow state." Is there ever a point when you kind of see people discover sides of themselves that they've never thought they had?
Yeah, this happens a lot, and sometimes we bring it up. Sometimes we kind of make sure that we're offering a safe environment. For instance, some examples: the really busy, hard achiever, type A personality type who is super successful in everything else they do. And they come with that kind of mentality, but that can be actually too much. And in fact, dancing can be so easy and so simple and so logical that they think that there's more to it. And I've been with students like that, where we actually have to pull back, and we have to realize that state that they're in constantly that makes them really successful on the outside. They need to find a certain version of themselves, and they don't realize that they can't relax. They can't be present in the moment. And dancing forces you to be very singular in your thought process. You can't answer your phone. You can't, think about your grocery list. You can't think about that deadline at work. You really have to be lost in the moment. Those things that like yoga it provides for you, like the practice of just being present, is hard for people like that. And when they have that realization, it's like they're really good at being really busy and being really good at knocking out the task list. But dance isn't like that. Your bodies take time. The other ones are like relationships. When you realize like, oh, really, we needed this, yes. Right? You get to know your partner in some really fantastic ways when you can't talk yourself out of it or make up an excuse. When you're there eye to eye, the amount of couples who do not look at each other directly in the face is mind-boggling. They've been together for 2 years, 5 years, and you see it across the spectrum. Time is not an indicator of how much someone can be vulnerable with the person they've chosen to be with. We have young couples who are getting married. They're enamored with each other. We have the exact opposite too. So sometimes there's a realization that there's actually some intimacy that is not there. And dancing gives them an opportunity to be a little more comfortable with physical touch, be a little more comfortable being eye to eye, having those conversations about what they feel and what they need in a setting that is a little less embarrassing, a little less vulnerable. So yeah, super, super. We've even had the guys who are really super, like, I'm awesome, I got this, bench pressing, doing this, realize like, wow, I don't know how to service and be of service to a dance partner. What's the etiquette? How to hold? I can't muscle through something. I have to find nuance, the nuance of holding a stranger and making them feel comfortable and want to come back for a second dance. It's not about how many muscles. It's like how attentive you can be and how connected you can be in the moment with that person, how you can tune the world out and just be in service to your dance partner. Like, you've really got to knock yourself down a few notches and realize that although you might be awesome in one thing, that you're going to have to start over a little bit and find some new skills in order to execute and feel really happy about what you've accomplished.
We could dive down this rabbit hole very deeply.
Yeah, absolutely. It's what we do.
Yes. I have 2 more questions for you.
Yeah.
Why do you love dancing?
Oh, geez. So this one's an easy one for me because I feel dancing reconnects us with, it sounds very like artsy, but I am a creative type, so I guess it fits. It reconnects us and regrounds us in the most simple terms, right? We are all built to a rhythm. There's a vibration, there's an energy, there is synergy, or there is conflict, right? And so dance allows us to reconnect with those kind of primal things. When we're a little kid, everything we hear has an energy to it. Everything we do, we dance in front of the TV, right? It's innate in us that we should be dancers. Humans were built to move. And so dance as a vehicle to get all of the wonderful things that I want in my life, to give to others, gives me purpose, is such a strong thing in my life because it connects us at such a primal level. And anyone can understand that. Anyone can feel it. Anyone can do it. I've taught people in wheelchairs. I've taught people with disabilities. Everyone feels it, no matter what, and in all their different ways of being able to connect to it. And so that's why it's such a powerful vehicle for me.
When you tap into that rhythm, how does it make you feel?
Talk about freedom. Talk about joy, right? Talk about being uninhibited with all the restrictions. I mean, our clothes are restrictive. Our shoes feel restrictive. Our schedules feel restrictive. Our bosses have timelines and expectations. But with dance, there's no expectation. Ultimately, there can be formats to help you connect with it and make sense of it all. But dance and music and rhythm is innate in us, and it's true freedom. It's true inhibitions lost. It's true to you and nobody else. Nobody dances like anybody else. Nobody feels rhythm and music the way that you do. It's so organic, yeah, and so specific to the person. So I say that coming from Arthur Murray, where we were made famous for standardizing the dances and making them accessible. But that is a tool to help bring you back to what should just be natural. Tribes have been doing for years and years and years as a part of just being a being on this planet, right? Dancing around the campfire, moving to a beat, language is a musical thing, right? And so, yeah, it's freedom. It's connecting with your inner true self, I think.
That was beautiful. I love that. Those are the questions I have for you. How can people find you, and what is one thing you want to leave people with?
Yeah, so we're at 5650 West Central Avenue, located right across the street from the new Honda dealership. We have a beautiful 6,000 square foot studio here. It's built for people to come and hang, enjoy themselves, and spend some time. We have lots of events, so you can find us at www.arthurmurray.com/Toledo. And our phone number is 419-327-0990. So you can call us, text us even, and just inquire on our social medias as well. And we're open Monday through Friday from 1 until 9 p.m., but we'll answer a text any day of the week for someone who's interested in coming and being a part of the studio. If I left anyone with a bit of, if you can't believe in yourself, believe in us. We've shown for over 100 years that it's possible to make it happen and to feel great, but also do it for whatever reason makes sense to you, whether it's health and fitness, cognitive decline that you want to try to avoid, connecting with your dance partner, being a part of a community, getting out there and feeling like life is worth living. You can find meaning through dance, and that's what we're trying to cultivate in Toledo.
This has been a pleasure. I appreciate you. You've inspired me to, I think I'm going to come take a class. So
you better.
Thank you.
The gauntlet has been thrown.
Yes. Thank you for this. I appreciate it, Damian.
Thank you so much.